live from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Detroit Lions and the New York Jets. Greg Zuerlein set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Opening play, and Goff wants to pass it. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now it's gone. And connecting here with DJ Chark. And they're going to get this up to midfield. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Play action. It's gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Ball again. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. The Jets had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch and loose from him. Incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups of it.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Hall again on second down.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Williams, the man in motion left. Throwing on second and long. Goff out to his left.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's gone.
That throw taken in by Jameson Williams.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And here's a quick throw out to Mims. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Hall. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get
and yet again, Goff is intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and the Jets will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an intercept.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Denzel Mims with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Goff on first down. Right side to Williams. He's got room at the 30. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's Hall again. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Cut. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Off play action. Here's Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be
incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Goff. And Shark calls it in. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field.
Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
No surprise he was targeted on that play because you and I both know quarterbacks like guys who can catch the ball, but they actually expect that. They love the guys who do something with it after the catch.
Impressive making him miss on that tackle attempt. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll fake the give. Now Goff.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again, Goff.
This one swung out to Williams. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Throwing on third, Goff. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now a first down throw. Goff.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. To the air again, Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Here's Goff. Incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
The final shot before break here. Goff. And it'll be intercepted.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with a home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Second half starts with a run by Hall. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give running right is Hall. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something?
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half is theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Goff now looks to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They go play action with Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jets.
Garrett Wilson.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Goff.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Going deep here for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now it's Wilson. That is caught by Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wilson. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that's gonna be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. To me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep him to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
79 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A handoff for Hall. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Give to Hall running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Play action. It's Goff. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Bryce Hall.
Oh, what a move.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique. And
he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall,
his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needed to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And this will be caught at the 30.
And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the up. Field as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go on, go on.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On 1st and 10, Goff. That is caught. It's Williams.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, You're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Wilson wants to throw it. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need,
there he goes, left side. The 30, 10, 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Zuerlein on and the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations.
And this is caught at the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is of all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jets, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.